first match of the day of this February OCC of 2022. J-King7 getting his German deck banned out, and the Brit deck, the Brit France deck, the mobilized deck being taken out from Kato.
Kato killing the Engineers Battalion. This is definitely a wise decision because he has as one win condition the Kamikaze plus Kawanishi. He can't kill J-King if J-King has like 50 health.
And now the fact that J-King, didn't play the Fiat but used the Euro factories, right? He could have played the Fiat.
J-King he could have played the Fiat. I think this was a mistake. He can play the T28, attack with this artillery, killing this the artillery with Lion for a day to not get fatigue damage next turn. But he's not doing that.
Oh my god, he's not!
He's not.
If he would have Lion for day, his own unit, that would have saved him fatigue.
That would have saved him fatigue. Now Kato's able to bring him down.
Oh my god!
HP and already receiving some HP. If J-King would have played the Fiat and only a very few HP would have made the difference.
He would have...
Wow, that was close.
I feel like we're in for a long day as well. Just watching this first series, this is a long series, right? This is giving me some world championship vibes. Where I planned every day to be 5 hours, and then every day was 7.5 hours, just because of the kind of how slow the games were played out. And that's both because players were making sure that they didn't make mistakes, and it was because there were interesting strategies and interesting plays being made. And I think that's what we're seeing here today, is we're seeing so many situations arise where the answer to the situation isn't immediately clear. So these players are having to think and be like, yo, I don't have a lot of experience playing against this deck. What could he do in the next 5 turns that would make this turn for me a mistake? And I think we're seeing both players in this first series tackle that exceptionally well.
But the deck size is diminishing slightly as well, and
yes,
he's not finding a lot of threats because he doesn't have threats in his deck left.
Both players with 8 cards left in hand,
forcing Kato to do something, although it feels bad to do something.
You know what I think is funny? The fact that we're here in game number 3 in probably one of the longest series we've ever had in an OCC. Next series up is Dion versus Tripippit, and you got like autocannon decks, Jagro, like that's gonna be a complete brawl. The exact inverse of what we're watching right now is gonna be taking place in the next series, and then later on in the tournament, these players are probably gonna be facing off.
Partisans now, after Kato killed the T60, it would have been so much better for him, but now he can't use Partisans. He has to play the Naval Brigade, killing it with a Bloody Sickle, adding Chaika. It's a little bit...
J-King almost has lethal. He basically has lethal in 2 turns, because he can deal 8 damage to face.
This is a big unit, but J-King is having his own Partisans, Red Banner combination.
Yep. He knows. He knows that this game is over.
Partisans attack Red Banner, and there's an ISU. It's very well played from J-King.
I want to give a shout out to Tripippit's picture. That is, I like his picture. I like the hardwood background. It looks like he's taking it in front of a cards board. And this artillery is actually really difficult for Dion to deal with, because they have to trade into it with 2 HP 35T if they want to trade into it at all. Goes for the 1 HP trade, reads the naval operation. That is a very nice play.
Ooh, and the carpet. And he's also having the HMS Illustrious for next turn to get rid of the remaining 35T. So far, it's not looking good for Dion here with this hand being left.
Although...
Akita Regiment?
Tripippit is down to 12 HP and needs to find some healing, or they do risk being burnt out here from Dion. Especially if Dion can find like an Enigma or something. With all these surprise attacks sitting in your hand, it's almost always going to be effective.
So there's only 2 naval powers that provide some healing. And the honeys maybe, right? Is there
And the
any honey?
honeys, and then there is the radar from the research as well.
And Carpet, one turn away. You can pin. Oh, we can even pin 2 now. But is this enough? It's not enough.
I mean,
no.
you can survive. You can survive. You can pin units out,
And trade one with the swordfish.
and trade one with the swordfish. So you're not dead, but you're certainly not healthy.
And you can carpet bomb next turn, so
But you're very much relying off what Dion gets off the top of their deck here.
but is Tripippit having any guard in his deck?
No guard in the deck, is
No
relying on
guard, right?
finding some healing. Has to double pin these units in the front line. Has no other choice, really.
And that also gives Dion the out of desperate measures now.
Yep, the desperate measures isn't out. 35 key off the top of the deck, and it's game. Dion quickly snapping up the 2-0. And the Ori curse of having the long games and the Spoos and Bobby's blessing of having the short
Ollie,
one.
this is how you do a match.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boys Big O and Darkness.
Very sad for J King. He is going first.
I mean, he can
playing
be one flying
discard.
bomb.
I think so. I think he has to. Well, the Volksgrenadier, both tanks are having Blitz. He's able to create a 2-5 guard. So this deployment effect looks really, really nice. This
You know-
Nachschub, while the Grenadier Guards are able to clear the board. It feels like it's over.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
over.
Well, if J King is going to play the Land-Lease and Kobasnik is finding his one Enigma, he's able to refill and maybe doing something.
I just don't think Jaking's gonna play the Lend-Lease. Right? He doesn't
Probably
need to.
not.
He's got 10 damage on board versus 2 Naships. They're just smoke screened, chilling in the back, and there's an annihilation even.
Yeah, J King
if-
doesn't have to do anything here. He's
No.
just going into the front line, attacking. Those Grenadier Guards are
And for
working
Kobasnik,
perfectly for him.
if he like holds the Blitzkrieg back, right? Why would you play the Blitzkrieg? One of the Naships get annihilated next turn, it gets discarded.
Yeah, that's it.
If
Looking
J-King
good for
plays the W16 here, it's going to be a pretty tough decision for Kobasnik because he's going to have to discard something that's valuable in order to get that we can do it off on everything. What do you discard here? I think you. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say you discard the Naship.
Yeah,
Because
agree.
the Naship
I
got
agree.
you in trouble last game.
it's the Nachschub definitely. Kobasnik can't trade into that many units, and yeah, the other tank giving all of your units plus 2, all of your blitz units plus 2 damage. The Nachschub Leopold Heinkel, it's way too strong. So Fehlswagen, +2/+2, but there's a C-Force Highlander in the front line, and he's barely able to kill it. And after that, he's even unable to kill the #1 commando. J King can trade now very efficient. He's using both of his cards to prevent any card draw with Enigma. Not going for Lend-Lease as well. More card draw for Kobasnik.
It's not going to do it though.
He will lose the blitz effect as well. So he has to go like that. He can deal 3 more damage, but
Oh man, just a
Well,
single air blitz?
9.
That's
It's
gonna
9
be
damage.
There we go. Game. J King takes the series 2-0. Kobasnik not able to find traction.
John PX could end this game very, very quickly with this Blitzkrieg. He certainly has the potential to just completely swamp Dion. Dion finds Mother Russia,
Yeah, really, really a strong starting hand here by John.
and especially if this Skytrain spits out a Jasko, it is notorious for being a Jasko printer, and if this can find a way of spitting out a Jasko, you could have Dion finding it even more difficult to put off this combo and needing even more cards.
Just imagine double Jesco. We cannot kill
Yeah.
him. That would be the biggest meme OCC match ever. there anything? Dive bombing? No, as long as the Blitzkrieg is in hand there.
As
Can
long as the
dive bombing
Blitzkrieg,
activate
yeah.
from the deep?
That's game.
He killed it.
John PX putting down the units just to show that, hey, I had it either way. And
It
just
was 13 damage anyways.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta show that you can do it.
Evade of action can be so annoying, especially because it's 0 credits, right? So
Yeah.
your opponent can just have it
Whoa, look at John's hand!
3 of a kind.
Keep him! Get rid of the Lancaster! No! Keep them all!
Try to get 4 of a kind.
Observer Corps can play it on one of these Wellingtons, I believe, right? Or does it get reduced first? Without...
Yeah, that's a good question. I
What
think
happens?
it gets reduced first.
Oh, dude. I want to find out now. Show us, John.
Show,
Show
John.
us.
Show
Yeah.
us. Do it.
Or
Oh?
I... Oh,
Oh,
no!
we can still play it.
No,
We can
no,
still hit on it, so it
they're
costs 1.
gone. It
No.
discards it first. They only got reduced by 1. He can play it on either of them. They're both at 3.
Oh, wait, the Observer Core just got into nothing.
Yeah, you can play it if you have nothing to
Yeah, you
cast
can
it on.
play it and it just got wasted there. What in the world? Yeah, this is strange interaction.
Oh, that's a funny interaction is what that is.
So we all learned something here.
Yeah.
Check even. Look at this. Don't play Observer Core when you have a 4-credit Wellington. Not really what he needed.
He's done.
That's it.
John PX takes the quickest 2-0 I've seen in a long time, and Dion's autocannon OTK just not working out for
And
them.
we just continue our streak bubbles.
Yeah.
All the matches just 10 minutes. I don't know what is going on.
Dude, we cast quickly. We get in, we get the job done, and we go home.
But now let's take a look and move forward onto the third place series. Let's take a look at the bracket and how things stand before we go into that. And there you see it. It's going to be J King 7, a member of Team Ammo, taking on John PX, a member of Team Eastern Front, in the finals here. And then on the lower side, in the bronze match for third place, it's going to be a Kobasnik, another member of Team Eastern Front, taking on Dion, our currently reigning champion. He's going to have to root out here. That's going to take out everything but the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind will have, 2 attack? So
Yes.
the Whirlwind plus the Sherman will... Going for the scorched earth. He's playing a dangerous game. He's simply going for the lack of credits. But he's not going to have enough credits. There's no way that he's going to have enough
Hellcat.
credits. It's
The
5
Hellcat
with the
will kill
109th.
Yeah. There are
Wow.
2 losses in a row for 4 losses in a row for Dion with his autocannon list. 2 more rush productions, autocannon, Kobasnik adding even more honeys. Those honeys have to die, or Dion will be probably unable. Oh no, there are 2 rush productions. He can't pick both, so 1 rush production is sent back to the bottom of his deck.
Goes for Reichsbank. This is not looking great for Dion.
It's not looking great, that's for sure. Well, it's still a crazy combo deck. He is able to pull that off, but he has to deal with
my.
31 HP.
Oh my god.
So this is definitely a problem. So root out the enemy. Wait, he doesn't have root out.
Nope, he does not. He has to
does not
basically
have
go for...
This will be so much HP coming.
Oh,
And another
even
0 credit
more.
mobilization unit. This will be another card draw, another Potter's heal, 4 more heal for Dion.
Wait, how many pings would this have been with the Commando Kiefer at this point? Like, would it have been like 15
No.
damage or something?
16 damage, I guess. Yeah. Would have been dead already.
Pretty much. It's crazy.
Another Mother Russia. This is highly needed, but he needs to get the combo next turn. Promotion. Well, Kobasnik is probably not able to kill him.
No, but I mean,
And
How will he ever be able to do 40 damage with the autocannon within a single turn?
It's possible.
Make
Like-
that 47 damage.
It's not looking good.
We're on turn 7, Darkness. We're on
Well,
turn
in theory, 6.
Oh, I mean 50 damage.
91. I guess if that would have been another rush production, I guess he would be able to deal something at 60, 62, 66 damage. But
Not
he
sure.
really needed another autocannon, another rush production, and is unable to deal 50 damage. But could have been close with 2 reserves and 2 Mother Russias. That was
Fastest
just too much.
BO5 in Cards history. I think we've never seen a BO5 that has been this fast ever. Congratulations to Kobasnik. He did exactly what he needed to do. He poured on the pressure. He had exactly the deck lineup to deal with this autocannon deck, not give it any space to develop. And Kobasnik just wipes this series 3-0.
But now we have a finals on our hands, Spoos. John PX versus Jaking7. 2 very strong players. John PX, recently winning an Open, and Jaking recently winning lots of things. They're both very experienced players. They've probably faced each other 1,000 times. And, I'm very, very eager and super excited to get into it.
The problem with the P40 is you just...
Take out a unit which would be dying anyway.
Yeah, and you're just wasting 2 credits with not deploying the Rough Lightning here, for example, which would just give you a bigger unit and also a bigger threat for your opponent. But I think you also want to keep it for, I don't know, 272nd, for example, just to bounce it back.
Yeah.
So it can be very good later in the game.
Jaking can put down one of his 4K guards, or he can go for the artillery move up. Goes for the 4K Bologna. So I feel like it's very sensible. Get it down early. It's slow, but it's very powerful statted-wise.
As I said, the players can just start the mind games now.
Yeah.
Like Jaking is thinking,
Double
if he ever deployed this,
naval!
what in
He
the world?
dupes the naval. That could be huge. So many deployments from Jaking, and John is only able to stop one of them. Double naval, 52k. John PX can go for the carpet, but what does it mean? What does it do? It clears a little bit of board. There's so much more threat here. This is getting unbelievably close.
Yeah, especially with this T-34 left in hand.
Yeah.
What is John PX doing about this?
I guess underground stating it and maybe carpeting later. But the moment John buffs this lightning, it becomes killable. Churchill RV could be very big this game, especially if Jaking's already used Lion for a day on a buffed Wrath. We could see the underground state, bounce this back to hand, this T-34, play the Wrath on the fighter, buff the Wrath, hit face, but out of cards in the deck. To go for the trade. Goes for the trade, yeah. Makes sense. This Heroes of the Soviet Union could be huge. There's an armor train and a first rifles and a T-28 to increase deck size.
Jaking not doing that mistake again.
Jaking goes for the T-28, adds it back to his deck.
That gives him 2 more draws now over John PX.
John PX taking fatigue. And this is looking like a Jaking game. John not able to pressure the mid game enough, and now it's looking like Jaking is going to take this.
Yeah, Lion for a day in hand to get rid of the Churchill.
And I see no way of John taking it from this point on.
Wow.
But I would like to request that John Lend-Leases his way out of this. I feel like that's the honourable way to go. You go for the Lend-Lease, You're the master of your own fate that way. J King knows what's up.
Oh, that was the whole match was so well played.
So
that's it.
close. If John had just been able to push that mid game a little bit more.
Wow.
Goes for the carpet. Puts the Fiat back into J King's deck, and that is
And knows that
game
he cannot
one
win that
of the finals.
Yeah, it's just logic that you don't want
Yeah.
to go first, because if you go second, you have two card advantage. Plus, you make your opponent discard. It's just such a big advantage. But
John gets rid of the Wellington, and instantly Observer cores the underground state, which I think is questionable, because if you Observer core first, the underground state can then get discarded. But if you wait on the discard, it may end up hitting the Observer core. I feel like thinning your own hands, options versus discard is a very risky move. Can you imagine having your evasive action proc on the Condor? It's a deployment effect.
Yeah, that's why you have to. I mean, a lot of players, me including probably, are just activating every countermeasure that is able to be activated each turn without even thinking what I want to catch with it. And yeah, in a tournament like this, players are really aware on what they want to catch with the evasive action. So I expect it not to be activated before turn 10 when there is time for Leopold. Not
John
too bad there.
PX.
Oh, he's gone.
He puts up the evasive, though. If the Condor comes out, the evasive gets procced. This is a huge risk.
Is he activating it for FW? Look at this.
No! No, the evasive gets procced on nothing!
He even knew that it was a hand.
No, John! The pressure!
Look at Shaking's face.
Shaking's thinking.
Are you serious?
A breakthrough!
A breakthrough.
Oh no!
I just told it 1 second ago that people are aware what they want to catch with it, and I'm pretty sure he did not want to catch the Condor with it.
Goes for the attack in the C4.
John PX really praying for the Landlease here. J-King is having 2 of these in the hand.
I'm not gonna lie, I think John's best chances of winning is if J-King gets a power cut. I think that might be his cleanest way to victory.
Yeah, like look at the options, right? There's a Leopold FW waiting.
Oh, and the double fuck of war.
Oh, we saw
Legions
that earlier.
forever.
Oh my god. What is John going to top deck here?
Oh
Okay,
no.
yeah.
I think this Sherman getting deployed could be the make or break of the entire match. And if J-King is able to discard it next turn, it could be a game changer. If we see this Wolfpack come out and hit this Sherman, I think it could just be GG on the spot. But the tag strike for J-King can prevent John from even taking the front line if he so wishes. And go for the MI5 first to draw the card.
On the honey. Or next turn he can use 16 Wolfpack.
J-King can Whirlwind and 19... John will probably Whirlwind and 99th, but that does open him up to the Wolfpack U16, which will discard the Sherman and clear John's hand.
Yeah, he will have an empty hand. J-King is 100% doing this.
And as beautiful as this to watch, I do need to curse J-King out a little bit for ruining ladder for all of us for the next 3 days.
Oh, yeah. So we all have to prepare against discard from
I'm
Monday on.
putting Emperor A1s in all my decks. J-King just has complete control, and even if John perfect top decks, there's no way out of this.
No, not really.
It's just a matter of time, and I think I'm going to go ahead and bet my money on J-King.
Too late, I guess.
Spears, I bet you $100 J-King wins.
At what odds?
1,000 to 1. I'm giving you 1,000 to 1 odds for that. I'd owe you $100,000 if John won. I'd be working the next 10 years of my life to pay you back.
Very, very well deserved here.
And Jake, very happy with that, and rightly so.
Very happy.
I think he deserves it.
Is he the one with the most OCC wins now? I think Darkness can give us the answer here very,
very shortly. But yeah, huge congrats to J King. I think he read the meta really, really well, and he played so superbly with these discard decks. He really knew what was going on, and his head was just in the game further than anyone else's today. I think huge congrats to J King.
Well, congratulations to J King, but also congratulations, of course, to John PX for second place. That's no easy feat, as well as Kobasnik for taking third. And we can see it here on the bracket. This is the final standing. J King reigns supreme. John PX comes in second. Kobasnik secures himself that bronze spot, and Dion finishes one step away from the podium. It was an awesome game, awesome day of games. We saw some really, really exciting decks and some really entertaining matchups, I would say. I'm really excited to see both what we're going to see next in the next OCC, like how the meta is going to continue to evolve. Of course, the next OCC is going to be after the next World at War release. And that's coming out on February 24th, called Behind Enemy Lines. And earlier today, we did reveal 2 cards from that, so make sure to go check out the VOD and go back into the War Room to see those 2 cards that we revealed. Both are French cards, and both are extremely exciting.